The Chiefs' jet made a flawless landing at New Orleans Airport on Saturday night, February 1st, despite the heavy snowfall. A snowfall caused the Chiefs' flight to be delayed by almost 4 hours. Wearing a blue sweater and cream slacks, Travis Kelce was spotted carrying bags as he boarded the Chiefs' bus to travel to the hotel in New Orleans following the plane's landing. Similar to previous year, the Chiefs began their preparations for this crucial game a week before they arrived at the Super Bowl location. According to an analyst, they arrived so early in order to prevent potential problems that could arise from both teams having to travel a great distance. One of the Kansas City Chiefs' most ardent players is Travis Kelce. The tight end was among those most impacted by Alex Smith's exit and Patrick Mahomes' arrival because he never hides his emotions on or off the field. Andy Reid, head coach, recalled the game against the Philadelphia Eagles a few days prior to Super Bowl 59. In a conversation with Rich Eisen, the head coach of the Chiefs went back in time. Reid reflected on his initial thoughts upon meeting Kelce over 15 years ago. He was not like his brother when he was younger. The coach recalled that his brother was more composed than Travis, albeit still quite intense. So when we, the Chiefs, got Travis, he was a bit of a live wire, but he's matured over the years. Reid said that Kelce's enormous heart is one of the reasons he is so well-liked by his teammates. He spent the first 4 years of his career playing quarterback Alex Smith, though, and this similar trait made it hard for him to say goodbye to him. He always had that heart, Reid put it once. He broke up with Alex for that reason. He is emotional and adored Alex. Trav is sentimental. We adore that aspect of him, since he doesn't hesitate to display it. Reid remembered how important Kelce was in getting Patrick Mahomes on the team, and how they ended up becoming close friends. He has performed admirably and has a deep affection for both Pat Mahomes and Alex. He has been lucky to have these two outstanding quarterbacks who have thrown to him, and they're friends. However, he has a big heart. Despite Reid's assurances that he and Kelce are getting along well, supporters and the media question whether the team has moved over their brawl from the previous season. In a fit of rage during the Super Bowl game against the San Francisco 49ers a year ago, the tight end shoved and screamed at his coach, creating tension among the squad and supporters. The Chiefs won their second consecutive championship after the altercation was settled amicably. All who were present at the time, however, could still remember the pictures. The team's readiness to put on its best show against the Eagles and whether or not everything is really behind them are still up in the air. Only one player was chosen to play in the Pro Bowl, but Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes are both on their way to the Super Bowl. For the third consecutive season, the Kansas City Chiefs are on their way to the Super Bowl after defeating Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills 32-29 in the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs, led by Mahomes and Kelce, are attempting to make history by becoming the first team to accomplish a three-peat since the Los Angeles Lakers in the early 2000s. However, Kansas City's attempt to make history is thwarted by Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Pro Bowl enables the chosen players to participate in a week-long celebration of all things football in the lead-up to the big game before the teams square off in a rematch of Super Bowl 57. Coaches, supporters, and other celebrities choose players to take part in different activities all week long. Although the top players in each position are usually picked to play, Mahomes was left off the roster this season for the first time as a starter. The top quarterback had a poor season in the 2024 NFL season. Mahomes' 26 throwing touchdowns were the fewest since 2018, and he missed the 4,000 passing yard mark for the first time as a starter despite the Chiefs' season-long success. He also has the lowest yards per attempt in his career at 6.8. Despite having a poor season by his high standards, Mahomes' output was sufficient to propel the Chiefs to another Super Bowl and a 15-2 regular season record. Similarly, with the organization's history at stake, Kelce had a poor season, which has been the 35-year-old's pattern for the past 2 seasons. The standout tight end concluded the season with 823 receiving yards, 97 receptions, and just 3 touchdowns after having a poor start. The star's career lows of 823 receiving yards, 8.5 yards per reception, and 3 receiving touchdowns highlight the possibility that he is past his best. Despite being in the latter stages of his career, the 35-year-old seems to still have the backing of his teammates, coaches, and supporters. Although Kelce should be scheduled to play in the week's festivities, the league prohibits him from doing so. Kelce was chosen for his 10th Pro Bowl. Although Kelce was given the distinction, he will eventually not be able to compete in the Pro Bowl since the NFL ruled that any players on Super Bowl-bound rosters are not allowed to do so. He will be replaced by a player who, regardless of the situation, will have the distinction of also having a Pro Bowl selection on their CV. On February 9th, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Super Bowl 59 will begin in New Orleans. As the Kansas City Chiefs get ready to play the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59 on February 9th, 2025, they have the opportunity to create NFL history. They hope to become the first team in history to win 3 straight Super Bowls in addition to defending their crown in this clash. The Chiefs have had a very successful season under head coach Andy Reid, with top players Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes leading the way. They defeated the Buffalo Bills and Houston Texans to secure their place in this historic championship game after taking a well-earned breather during the wild card round. At 5:30 p.m., the legendary Caesars Superdome in New Orleans will host this matchup. Fox is scheduled to broadcast it live. The Chiefs narrowly upset the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35 in their first meeting 2 seasons ago, securing their championship strength. This anticipated rematch with the Eagles is reminiscent of that encounter. Both teams are now full of energy and resolve to win the ultimate championship as they head into this Super Bowl. The Chiefs' position has undoubtedly been won with perseverance and effort. With 16 victories versus just 3 defeats since he took over as starting quarterback, the team's playoff record under Mahomes demonstrates their supremacy. This outstanding accomplishment demonstrates the Chiefs' capacity to overcome obstacles and carry out calculated plays when it counts most. Despite their achievements, the Chiefs are now also seen by NFL fans as villains, a fact that star tight end Travis Kelce amusingly accepts. During the New Heights podcast, his brother Jason asked, "Do you guys enjoy being the villains of the NFL?" Kelce responded, "I love it. He values the resilience and camaraderie they have grown as a result of confronting criticism from the outside. This story not only increases their willpower, but also fortifies the team's unity." Officials' calls during the Chiefs' postseason games have drawn criticism from fans, sparking discussions about possible biases favoring elite players like Mahomes. Both proponents and detractors have questioned whether favoritism is at work, with some arguing that the NFL has a tendency to defend its big-name athletes. With the growth of legalized gaming gambling, this sentiment has intensified. Referee accountability calls have been louder, with many arguing that these issues call for in-depth research since they cast doubt on the impartiality of officiating crucial playoff games. Expectations for this season have been raised by the Chiefs' outstanding performance. They cemented their reputation as fierce rivals, especially as they aim for their 3rd straight Super Bowl victory after achieving repeat victories. They went from being Super Bowl underdogs to controlling the championship scene in only 5 years after defeating the San Francisco 49ers last season to win their 2nd straight championship. The Chiefs, who are making their 5th participation in the last 6 seasons, have been viewed as underdogs en route to winning the ultimate prize. In addition to ending their 50-year championship drought, their historic victory over the San Francisco 49ers placed them among this decade's top teams. The squad and NFL history as a whole stand to gain greatly from the possibility of winning 3 Super Bowls. The anticipation for the game is already high among the fans.